So, um, I was just talking to Wanda Maloney about the VR scene in San Francisco and LA.
It's quite hot right now, I
It
hear.
is quite hot right now, but these people aren't in San Francisco, LA. They're all over the world.
Right.
And what we're talking about was how interactivity is becoming like the new vector of VR, where it's no longer just linear camera, like filmed experience, like I'm falling down a mountain or I'm standing in a field, that people now want to actually play and experience things in VR. So maybe you should tell us a little bit about what you're doing there at Wavy.
Sure. So we are building the world's first VR music platform that involves interactivity.
So I love music. I think people out there love music. How would it be? I guess what motivates you to bring music even into VR for people?
Sure. So our company is relatively new. We are all musicians ourselves, and we all kind of have backgrounds from the games industry to technology, all VR enthusiasts.
Oh wait, background. You're not ego surfing. Tell them where you've been.
So my background, I worked at Harmonix Music Systems in Boston for a good 7 years on all those games like Rock Band and Dance Central, Fantasia, Music Evolved.
Which I love.
Oh, well, thank you. And yeah, when I worked at that company, it's my favorite group of people. The studio's so innovative, and it really gave me an appreciation for how much room there is to innovate in the interactive music space and to create new experiences that, can sort of like democratize the way we experience music.
Well, that's awesome. That sounds like, I mean, the same way like Unity made something that everyone can make games. If you can make something where everyone's able to experience music in a fun, new way, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, especially working on Rock Band in the early days, working on the drum gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know how people would play the Rock Band drums and actually have to do the kick drum versus the snare drum versus the hi-hat and develop this level of limb separation. Well, a lot of people who played Rock Band never even thought about the difference between drums and a drum kit. They kind of just heard a beat. So I'd always talk to users and they'd be like, oh, it's so cool playing Rock Band that I never thought about the bass guitar or the different parts of a drum kit. Now I appreciate that because of this type of gameplay.
That's amazing. I mean, in a way, that sort of goes through all the Harmonix games. Like, because I think about Dance Central,
Yeah.
right, where people had to actually think about their bodies, like as play, and sort of coordinated expression.
That's
so
right.
That's all great, but that's kind of the past. That's
Right.
Let's not rest on some console laurels. That's great, Harmonix, but what about now in VR?
Right.
So what can you do now?
Yeah, so what we're doing is building a VR concert platform that basically lets any user, from aspiring artist to Dead Mouse or Skrillex, put on a VR concert, totally in engine, and then let anybody from around the world be networked into the audience and experience that music in a totally new way.
Hold on a sec. I got to acknowledge. Butcher's fine. I'll hear you. I will stop moving the mic so much so that you can hear me. Sorry, real-time feedback.
Yeah, it's just so much positivity. Yeah, so what we're building basically allows anybody to be kind of like networked into the same virtual space and feel the sense of presence with other people at a music concert.
So I can be in a concert with my friends or with new people, but in my VR headset.
That's right. Everybody's in VR. The performer, right now we're focusing on DJs.
Sure.
Could be in their bedroom, in their boxers, performing a show to all of their fans at once, and everybody could be, regardless of where they're from, like in different countries around the world, in the same kind of like physical club, interacting with each other.
So like Zed. Okay, I saw Zed at EDC. I had to go to Vegas. Great time, mind you. Great people. But you're saying I could Zed all the time. If Zed just wants to put on a show, I can go into VR and experience it.
Yeah, we actually just demoed to Zed a couple weeks ago. And
okay.
And yeah, he
okay,
loved
literally.
it.
Okay.
We're huge fans of his music as well.
Oh, awesome.
So Zed could be anywhere, and he could put on a show and stream live this kind of virtual concert to all of his fans.
Okay, so just take me through it. So I'm in VR. I'm a music lover.
You're a music lover.
There's a show at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zed's going to perform. So I put on my headset. You put on your headset at home.
Yeah.
We can talk to each other. We can chat, interact, something. Zed also is in a headset
That's
somewhere
right.
else.
Yep.
Okay, and begins to perform. So just so I understand, okay, obviously he's not on a standard VR VJ deck, like because he's in VR.
He's in VR.
How does that work?
Right. So in the Wave, the DJs use this sort of set of 3D music interfaces.
Okay.
So if you're right now, it's working with the Vive and it's gonna be working with Rift Touch. So you basically control the music using these interfaces using motion controls. So for DJs, we took the same kind of like musical primitives that they use, like 2 turntables and a microphone.
Yes.
And just build them out in a really intuitive, easy to use interface that we've actually gotten feedback from users that for even like casual users like you and I who aren't professional DJs, it's super easy to use.
Well, that's awesome. I think that's one of the barriers to creation. Like a lot of people love music, but the craft, right, of mixing music, right, is opaque.
Sure.
Right. How do you use this computer interface to do it? You're saying there's like a new way. There's like the new, I don't know, like the new Mac Paint or Microsoft Word, like the thing where you can now learn yourself how to make music happen in VR.
Yeah, in VR.
So my tunes are in space and I can mix them together.
That's right. Yeah, you don't need any of that equipment. And actually, if you're starting a DJ starting out, buying 2 CDJs is extremely expensive. It's thousands of dollars. So,
yeah, not doing that.
Right. And so, that's one value that we have built in for users.
And I can also just enjoy music.
Sure.
Like if I don't want to, I just want to go to a show, I can just chill. I can just go, put it on, and the creator of music can just create for me custom whatever one. And
Absolutely.
now do they know I'm there? You know what I'm saying? Does the creator of music know that I'm there? Are we connected?
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone's kind of in the same space live.
Okay.
And they have a digital representation. Some people call them avatars.
Okay.
And when you go into experience a show, you create an account and you can customize the way you look in the Wave. And you can interact with other users in real time. So you can see the performer, they can see you. And one of the things we're trying to accomplish as a company from design perspective is we want to use VR to do things that you can only do in VR.
Okay.
So we're not trying to disrupt the live concert space and take the place of
Well, a little bit.
Coachella. I mean, maybe a little bit.
I'm going to be at VDC with you. Oh, that doesn't sound right. VRDC. It's going to be great. I'm going to VRDC. If I don't have to leave home, it'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, we love shows. We love Coachella. I mean, there's nothing takes place of going to a live concert. But I think we want to use the VR medium to do things that are sort of like an alternate experience that add value beyond what your normal mental model is for a music concert.
This is so disruptive. I'm sure there's like the same people who like invented like the VHS tape or DVD said about going to the movies. Like nothing will replace going to the theater. However, there's a small chance that people might want to be able to do it at home easier with their friends, family that's connected. Not that you're ever going to stop going to the theater.
We'll see what happens. So, for example, at the show, the DJ can hit a button and teleport into the audience and dance with people there.
So they can crowd surf in VR.
Exactly, yeah. And in the audience has kind of 3D painting tools, so they can actually create their own light shows while they're at the show and collaborate with other members of the audience.
So there's a brush tilty type module inside your game where I can create myself in VR with art, even if I'm not musical.
Yeah. I mean, we think one of the important pillars of an awesome VR experience is to be able to express yourself in some way or put yourself into it in some way. So, we're looking at what people are doing at music festivals and concerts, and we look at the glow stick, for instance, people trying to express themselves along with the music and be part of this larger community. So, we kind of took that idea and extended it to VR, where you're not beholden to the laws of gravity or physics, and all of a sudden you can draw in 3D space and express yourself this new way.
And be in 3D space. Okay.
And be in 3D space.
Wow. Okay. So, sorry, it's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a lot to take in.
So, I understand that one of the first sort of, like, it's a little like the Apollo, like, where there's going to be different launches before we get to, like, the moon of VR music experiences. I heard there's going to be a VR rave.
Yes.
Where is it going to be? How can someone go and experience? And what is it? What does it mean?
Well, so as we kind of develop this concept and put together the company, one of the things we started doing to show this platform idea is to have these VR DJs set up at parties and just perform, right? Like the tech industry and the games industry. And people really loved actually just being at a space and experiencing this concept while they're already at a party. Yeah. So kind of what I see as a natural culmination of that is this event we're doing at VRLA Friday and Saturday, which has been named the world's first VR rave.
Where is it?
Oh, it's in Los Angeles at the LA Convention Center.
There we go.
And so basically what we're doing is we have this lineup of awesome DJs who are performing in the HTC Vive kind of in front of this giant 3D screen made by this awesome company, 3D Live.
Okay.
And so everyone's going to go into the space and wear sub packs, which is
What's a sub pack?
just so complicated.
People don't know what a sub
The
pack is.
sub pack is no, it's amazing. It's a subwoofer vest that you wear.
Oh,
So it's
duh.
kind of like
Okay.
if you're at a club, being right in front of the subwoofer and experiencing
So
that
like wearing
haptic
the
feedback.
speaker.
Yeah, wearing the speaker. So in addition to that, we've optimized
Okay,
all the
sorry.
visuals for 3D, and you'll have 3D glasses and also like mobile like Samsung Gear VRs.
Okay.
So while you're at this party, at this conference, like
Yes.
and you have the subwoofer strapped to your chest,
Yes.
you're gonna see just eye-popping visuals like coming out of the screen at you, and be able to go into this VR
So,
world.
okay, so this is not quite disco by any means. This is like something much more powerful because I can see. Okay, here's what I heard. There's a 3D screen,
Yep.
so things are happening in 3D because I'm wearing 3D glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a sub pack, so I'm wearing a speaker. There is the Wave, so the DJ is actually in VR.
That's right.
So if I put on my gear, instead of my 3D glasses,
Yep.
I can go into VR
Yes.
with the
into
DJ.
the virtual venue.
The virtual venue.
right.
Gotcha. Still wearing a speaker.
Still wearing a speaker.
Okay.
I mean, we're experimenting with all the different ways that you can immerse people in
Yeah.
sound.
No, it sounds amazing. It sounds like a play. It sounds like, well, we talked about democratizing, right? And that's about giving people choice. And it sounds like you're giving people here a number of ways to experience music. You're gonna
Totally.
feel it. You're gonna, I guess, reach out and touch it.
touch it.
You're gonna be in a whole nother place with the DJ
Yes.
at the LA Convention Center,
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going. That's done. Okay.
And because the platform is online, we could actually have people networked in from around the world into
Oh.
the virtual space that people are experiencing live at the venue.
Which is why it's really democratized,
Yeah.
because anyone can go, rich, poor, old, young, as long as they can get onto the network.
Yeah.
They could be at the event because the event is virtual
Exactly.
and the music is live.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, from a business standpoint, one of our goals as a company is to create new revenue streams for the music industry, and most importantly, the artists, because we at our company are all musicians, and we've all been on tour and trying
Yes.
to make money from our art, and it's
Sure.
hard.
Yeah.
Right when I first graduated college, I really thought my
What
band,
was your band called? People are going to Google you. What band were you in?
We're called the Main Drag.
Oh, like from Rock Band.
We had a song Rock Band too.
Yes, yes.
Oh, did you play it?
I did play some Rock Band.
Oh.
I couldn't play your song. I think was hard in
Oh,
advance
so
and stuff.
the drum,
Yeah.
the drum line played by John Drake was actually a little hard for
Oh
people.
my
I think
gosh,
it was at
Drake's
advanced
jumping.
level.
You mean the Funzar from Harvard? H-bomb. Boom.
Oh, that's right. Um,
Go.
and yeah, so like making money as a musician, technology has democratized things like music creation,
Sure.
so you can produce your own album, and made artists' lives easier in many ways. But at the same time, it's kind of harder than ever to make money being a musician. So for us, like we're trying to think of ways that we can open up new revenue for artists by potentially letting them sell tickets to shows or
Well, yeah, VR tour, like this idea of touring from your home, like the touring isn't about travel or even finding venues.
Yeah.
That touring is just to express yourself in different settings
yes,
is super interesting, and that your setting could change lot. Like it's not even a setting per se; it's a VR environment. So
Yeah.
you could be performing on a mountaintop or
Sure.
in space or in some expression of the music itself, right?
Yes.
Because I saw something where you guys had something where the music was is like synesthesia. The music
Synesthesia.
was expressed. Explain for people who don't know. Explain that part because that was super cool.
Yeah, I mean, synesthesia, it's kind of the process of like visualizing what music looks like and what it sounds like as well.
Yeah.
So like one of our favorite movies as a company is Fantasia, which is the first movie that kind of it was based on the audio, and Disney created all these vignettes
Yes.
and visualizations and narratives to go along with it. And in VR, because it's in 3D and you're kind of immersed in this environment, you can experience music in a way that you just couldn't otherwise. You could actually move through it and see these 3D objects that are reacting to, the sounds and all different audio parameters, like
Sure.
frequency and amplitude. So people can actually be like inside the music in a way that they haven't been able to previously.
Okay. And they can interact with each other. So, like, if I'm in the wave with someone else, I can, I don't know, so to speak, when you go to a show and someone puts out the beach ball,
Yes.
so to speak, the beach ball
Oh yeah,
play is something that we could have in this environment.
that's right. Yeah, they're
Cool. Okay.
in addition to creating art and the Rave visualizations with people, you can also dance in VR online.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of people like dancing in virtual reality. Myself, I mean, I'm actually a terrible dancer, but when
Okay, is that a fact or fiction? Because you say this, I think you might be being humble bragging to the crowd here.
well, you know,
Because it sounds like that means you're a dancer.
I'm okay, but when I'm in VR, I actually kind of lose myself in
Sure.
it. Right, when we worked on Dance Central, we talked about the concept of proprioception, the awareness you have of your body.
Yes.
But actually, when you're dancing in VR, it's sort of the opposite because you don't see your body anymore.
Uh-huh.
Right now, our avatars are this sort of like crazy EDM cat, and
Of course they are.
dancing as a cat kind of, it takes the load off a bit. Like there's less anxiety involved.
All right, we have a question. It's not really a full question, but Blue Steel says, viewbots. Viewbots, is that a term?
Viewbots?
Viewbots. I think he's wondering if there'll be bots in the venue with you. Like it won't always be real people, but there'll be, I don't know, viewbots, like fake people in the VR experience who aren't really people, they're viewbots.
Are they just bringing you virtual drinks or selling you virtual hot dogs?
They could be. They could be virtual. I see you seeing the virtual service, but yeah, he's saying to make you not feel as alone. I think that maybe is the question.
That's a really cool idea. We could just have some guys in there dancing.
Oh, on the stream. Oh, hey, Spence. He means on the stream. Oh, I don't know. Well, sorry. It's still a good question, Spence. So,
yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. We definitely experiment with something like that.
oh, can you describe, says Pokemon Whoa, can you describe what the avatars interacting at a VR concert looks like? So take them a little bit beyond it's an EDM cat for those who perhaps don't have an EDM cat at home.
Yeah, we're working on an avatar system which will allow you to customize your visual representation.
Yeah.
And we'll obviously sell VR merchandise or virchandise.
Oh my God.
Or Virch.
Whoa.
Obviously, you've
Whoa,
already had these
trademark.
deep
Wait,
conversations.
U.S.
Yeah,
Patent
please.
Office,
Yeah.
merchandise.
I'll be following it directly after this talk. And yeah, you'll be able to customize your visual representation in any way you want.
Some people want to be great. So you were talking about the experience of not being seen because you don't see your body.
Yes.
I'm seeing the exact opposite question from Shazbot KC, which is, can I use a DDR pad? Which means something like a success fail. Like, is your game competitive? Or is your experience, not even a game,
Yeah,
is your
yeah.
experience competitive?
No, it's more of a social platform than a game. I mean,
Okay.
we definitely talked about having elements of gamification in there. Like, if you're in a performing DJ, if people clap at the same time, you get some sort of hype point or something
Sure.
like that. But fundamentally, we want to connect people with each other that might meet up in real life at some point. Just like you use Twitter or Instagram or Facebook for.
So it'll be like the new Snap.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, why don't you wave me? Right? And to wave me will be but somehow in a way that makes sense, in a way that Snap wouldn't have made sense to people 5 years ago.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, we want to listen to music, we want to have an experience, and we want to interact, right? And that
Yeah.
right, is to wave at someone. Actually, anyway,
Yeah,
that's sort of cool.
absolutely. It's fundamentally an interactive social experience.
Yeah.
We kind of think about what we're doing in like 3 dimensions.
Sure.
Like if you think about audio, like music being the first dimension, we started with recorded music or live and recorded music. The second dimension being visuals, like there's the music visual, the music video.
Yeah.
The third element that we're bringing to the table is interactivity.
Awesome.
So with those, like kind of, that's our secret sauce. Like you're experiencing the music, it's being visualized a different way, but you can actually reach out and touch it, and you can interact with this kind of like next level social experience.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So we're wrapping up. This once again, 20 minutes flies by. Here's the question. So people out there are going to want to find you. If they're not at the LA Convention Center Friday or Saturday, how do they find the Wave? I'm a talented engineer, right? I get it. I want to help. Or I'm a fan. I want to keep track. Is there a Twitter? Is there a Facebook? How do people find and follow?
Yep. Yeah, we have a Twitter account. It's the Wave VR.
Okay.
You can email us at info@thewavevr.
And does it like come to you?
It will come to me.
Really? If they go like Adam at the Wave VR, I'm just trying to grok it right now.
Sure. That's my email address.
There
as
it
well.
is. Done. Exposed. World premiere. Adam at the Wave VR.
And our website is thewavevr.com. So
And I think you're going to have some more announcements, right, to stay tuned for later this week.
That's
correct?
right. Yep. Surrounding VR. We're at VR LA. We'll have a big announcement.
Cool. All right. Well, here. Thank you so much for making
Thank you so
time
much
with
for
us.
Taking the time. This is awesome.